Yeah, you wanna put that dish in your mouth.
Wish you could slide into my mind and make me mine. Push play rewind. It's sweet outside, and so am I. You wanna slide like dynamite. Lay your eyes on me, find out with me, baby. Yeah, next round on you, I'll do that too. Be good to you, my appetite. Turn my head with a side flip. I know you like it. Baby, go and earn it. But stay frustrated. Let me draw your map so you know where you're at. Like to attract and you react. Lay your eyes on me. Find out with me, baby. Yeah, next round on you. I'll do that too. Be good to you, my appetite. Lay your eyes on me, find out with me, baby. Yeah, next round on you, I'll do that too. Be good to you, my appetite.
Hello, beautiful people of the internet. I hope you're going extremely well. Welcome to another live stream with myself and the wonderful Vlad. I'm going to remove, if I can find StreamYard at this screen. Let me move it here. There we go. Okay, hi guys. I hope you're going extremely well. Another live stream here on David Tech, here on YouTube and also on Twitter. We're going to be looking at some of the best trading strategies, some of our entries, a little bit of the news. Won't go too much into the news. And then I'm going to be coding, and Vlad's going to be optimizing or looking at some of the optimizations that we come to help hopefully everybody find some wonderful trading strategies. But before we go any further, I'm going to invite the wonderful Vlad to the screen and say hello. Hi Vlad, how you going, mate?
Hello, David. Hello, everyone. Nice to be here. How are you guys doing?
I'm going extremely well, extremely well. Market's not looking as hot as it was over the weekend, but hey, you can't win every single day. And the bots are doing pretty well at the moment, so which is nice because we had a bit of a off week. Not last week. Last week wasn't so bad, but the week before was not great. So it's good to be back.
You tell me about it.
Absolutely, mate. Let's say hello to a couple of people. Would you mind saying hello to everybody in the chat for me, Vlad, whilst I just put this onto not for kids on YouTube, because otherwise we'll never get any views at all because it will not.
All good, all good. So, Andre, hello, how are you doing? We trade 24/7. Hello, how are you doing? Felipe Fernandez, hello, nice to see you. Christian A, hello. How's everybody doing? William as well. Just forgot William.
Oh, you can't forget William, dude. How's everybody good going? Nice to see everybody. Thank you very much for joining us, spending some time with us today. As I said, we're going to try and do things a little bit differently today. I'm just going to close off YouTube now. Yeah, we're going to do things a little bit different today. From everybody in the community has asked me to stop doing the daily news. Like they said, didn't get that anywhere. We're going to be doing a little bit of coding. I spend the whole of my day coding. So now I'm going to try and do a little bit more coding. We're going to be doing some prop firm challenges and those kind of things here live on YouTube. So we'll be here for a couple of hours, hopefully together. The volume is low on my mic, apparently. Thank you very much, William. Okay, should be a bit better now. Better? You can hear me? All good? Okay,
Was higher.
fantastic. Yeah, okay, fantastic. Nice to see you guys as well. Right, so first things first, I am going to do our normal disclaimer because I don't want to get in trouble and end up in prison and having to do my live streams from the prison myself. Let's go. Right. Guys, we're not in the slightest financial advisors. We're just geeks geeking out on code, backtesting strategies, and trying to convert them into bots for our own trading. But we do make them available for everybody else to look as well. But do your own due diligence. I can never get that word in. Again, I should put it at the beginning because it's because obviously everything's on your trading is on yourself. Sorry, Vlad, what'd you say?
Due diligence.
Due diligence, yeah, absolutely. You got it that time. You did well. Last time we
Am I the foreigner?
Yeah, absolutely. But all good. So yeah, so please be very careful. Also, guys, please, Vlad will probably tell us a little story in a minute, but please be careful. There is lots of fake Davids out there, lots of fake Vlads. I'll never reach out to you, whether it's voice, whatever it is. I'll never reach out directly to you guys and ask you for any crypto. Generally, I'll reply to messages, but I won't reach out directly to you and ask you for anything. So please, whether it's in Discord, whether it's in WhatsApp or anything like that, I know that they're getting more and more crafty, I guess the word is, or more. The scams are getting better and better. So yeah, so be very careful. Vlad, you have a bit of a story of somebody, I think this week, who had some AI. So yes. Yeah.
I mean, we kind of expected something like this to happen sooner or later. Unfortunately, it also succeeded. There was a person within our community which has received some fake videos generated with AI, of course, of David claiming to invest into some kind of third-party platform or just confirming that's actually his account, David._ or something like that, something crazy. So take care, guys. AI is getting smarter and smarter. Generating videos is getting crazy. We are going to see pictures with our parents doing whatever next. Who knows? It's just crazy to see something like this, and also having people scammed like that. It's a shame. It's such a shame, and I'm very sorry for the people which actually get caught with that. But it is what it is. We cannot do nothing about it. We are sending almost daily notifications to our members to take care that the DMs are not being moderated. We have no power over the DMs. We do have power inside the server. You won't see anyone asking for a Bitcoin or for $1 or for a dime within our Discord. Everything that happens through DMs, guys, that's 100% up to you to be able to differentiate between fake, a scam, and the real person, which is actually trying to be helpful, not actually asking you for a dime. It's just maybe helping you to get started or something like that. That's fine. However, asking people for money or something like that, it's 100% not allowed within our community. If one of the members is actually asking you for money or to invest into some other third-party platform, make sure you do contact me. This would be the Discord ID that I have. Just let me know, guys. If that happens, I'll be more than happy to remove that guy out of our community. If that's outside of our community, again, it's out of our power.
Absolutely. They're getting bad. I mean, personally, I'm building a system for myself, which is all about not scamming, obviously, but it sounds a bit strange what I just said, but there's a lot of people out there that are building systems where you can actually build your own AI influencers and all of that kind of thing. And personally, I'm using a lot of these new systems to build automatic content and things like that to make my life a little bit easier, and it's just getting easier and easier. So please be careful. Let's say hi to a couple more people, go back to a bit of a more positive note. Here we go. Daniel, how you going? Nice to see you, mate. I think my mic is now good. Nice to see you. How you going? Yeah, the deepfake scams are getting over. Yeah, the whole of the internet is terrible. Like I said, it's so easy now with Banana Nano from Google, just to literally
Nano
take
banana,
one single no banana. Yeah, what did I say? Nano
banana.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, it's so easy just to take one single photo and turn it into a whole load of photos, and even just train a LoRa and then do videos and things like that. I mean, it's so easy. But yeah.
Even I just
Nice to
tried
see you.
something very strange. I took a picture of my dog and tell him to fight Caesar from like 2000 years ago, and it worked. My dog basically had like a sword and he was fighting Caesar.
Who
Crazy,
won?
crazy what's happening. I don't know. I didn't watch. I got scared and I exited it.
Yeah. It's incredible, absolutely incredible. And some of the models were absolutely amazing. I think there'll be a lot of good that comes out of it, but there's obviously a lot of bad players as well. So yeah, we all need to be careful. Right, let's move on. So, gonna go very, very quickly. Like I said, crypto market cap currently at 4 trillion, down slightly, 0.72%. The fear and greed is currently at 51. Banter bubbles are all in the red for the last day, which is a bit surprising, but they did have a nice pump over the weekend, so no real surprises there. I saw that the ETFs made a high of incomes, inflowing, ETFs, biggest high since August, so that was nice. And yeah, that's really it. Like I said, I'm going to go very, very quickly through the news and all of that now, and then we're going to go over to some entries. We'll look at some of the actual trading strategies. And then what I thought we'd do today, guys, is I thought maybe we can we're building with a prop firm challenges. Now, I have reached out to Bit Funded over the weekend. We're trying to pass some prop funding challenges as well. I have been for quite a few weeks now, I should imagine, maybe 3-4 weeks, maybe a bit more actually, trying to build bots, but they can't automatically trade, unfortunately. The reason being is there is no API, but there is sort of a it's not your capital, so do we spend time a little bit trading with the bots anyway? So I thought what I could do was, where I've been building this system here, which rates all of our bots and gives you a kind of it tells you how recent data, the pass rate of all of the Deepfake bots. Now the first ones are multi-take profit, so I certainly wouldn't be trading them. But when you get down to about the third or fourth one here, they still have an 98.1% chance of passing. Now obviously you can't predict the future. But that is their current pass rate, so I think it's actually worth us spending a bit of time on it to see whether or not we can pass some challenges with the bots. Fortunately, like I said, it is a bit manual trading, but it gives you the opportunity to be able to pass the 2 challenges. If we go here, you can see the 2 challenges here, stage 1, stage 2, and stage 3. I believe when you get to stage 3, I don't know if Vlad knows, but when you get to stage 3, that is actually when you're live trading. I have to ask the Bit Funded team. So if we manage to get past, that means that if you buy a package for $79, and I have got 10 packages to give away of $10,000 by the end of this week or over the next couple of days. I've got 10 packages to give away. They've kindly, if I spoke about them today and throughout our YouTube channel, they gave us 10 packages to give away of $99. So we'll do something at the end where I'll give away 1 or 2 packages of $99 to you guys, and we'll also do on Twitter as well. So yeah, so if you pass the stages, you get $10,000 to trade with them, and if you go, it all looks very, very legit. I mean, they're one of the biggest prop funding companies in crypto. They seem to have quite a lot of real traders actually trading. So once you pass the prop firm challenge, they actually lend you $10,000 to actually trade with. So it's them that's actually taking the risk. Obviously, you're not allowed to go below the threshold of 8%. And you get, I think it's 90%. Somebody might have to correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you get 90% of all of the wins after the 3rd stage. So they just take 10%, which is pretty cool. So I'm trying to pass the prop firm challenges. Now this isn't in the slightest them pushing affiliation or anything like that. It was something that I was building on the side. There's lots of people in the Deepfake community that have been asking me to build this for a long time. And as I couldn't connect it to bots, I thought, well, forget it for now. But like I said, I think it's time that we had a little bit more look into these prop firm challenges. But yeah, so we're going to be looking into that a little bit more, and I'm going to be creating here with vibe coding. I'm only going to be vibe coding because I don't really want to spend hours trying to explain functions or whatever to anybody. It's going to be vibe coding. I'm going to be using AI to code. We're going to be using Claude Code to code. I'm just going to be going through things with you guys and trying to build some kind of products that might be useful. They're all going to be open source. They'll be in the, I'll set up some kind of GitHub so you guys can download them and use them on your own computers or on your own servers or whatever it is. Guys, right, there's a couple of messages, I believe. Vlad, if you don't mind reading the messages whilst I'm, because they're too far from my old eyes here. Okay.
No problem. So we have William with a actually very useful link. Just in case you want to check ourselves within the Discord server, you must just click on our names and ID should drop. For example, I think it's like a 15 numbers ID, if I'm not mistaken, that you can actually check if that's actually us or not. Which probably, if we are asking for like a Bitcoin or something like that, 100% of the times that's not us.
No, yeah, absolutely.
Also, Daniel, just having him in the chat, 100% trying to report them all the time through. Indeed, I don't know, like it's, as you've seen on Twitter, for example, people are even copying like Donald Trump and saying they're going to do whatever with whatever country. I do understand the idea of having like a free country or whatever. I can impersonate whoever I want. However, that's 100% stealing because you're getting someone's money and then run away with it. So 100% we do not support that. If you could report that to Discord, please do so. Unfortunately, I don't think Discord is going to give your money back, but you can give it a shot, I suppose. Also works with username only. Indeed, just make sure you do copy the username ID, not just the username, because for example, Discord uses a very weird thing like the name shown and the user ID. The ID is unique. The name shown, however, I can be David, I can be whoever I want. It's just the ID that's different from people to people. For example, me, I am Vlad NMP. No one's going to be taking my ID. However, I've seen some people using Vlad NMP /_ at or double A's or whatever. These are 100% fake, guys. Do not trust them. Just block them on way and move on.
Yes. We have Mr. Becker. Is that right, Mr. Becker? Yes. We will, yes, definitely open some kind of way of sharing all of our thoughts and everything in Discord in the Elite section so we can brainstorm together. I hope this is something new. We did a fantastic job of the Elite, very much thanks to Vlad, the Elite backtesters. I hope that we can do the same with open source code. I'm going to make all of the David strategies data available so that we can optimize them as well, the data, not the actual strategies themselves, because that is our uniqueness to that many of the other people have kind of envy, but it is our uniqueness. But I will make as much as I possibly can open source for everybody to be able to play with data, optimize like I've done for here. Is just downloaded all of the trade data, and then what I did is then I standardized it to 5x leverage and 10% of portfolio, just those trade data, and I just used Claude Code to go and do that for me. It downloads it, and then it literally used what did this one, I can't remember, there was two. One was with machine learning, and it literally went through and learned which was the best strategies. No, that's for this part here, which is the optimal portfolios, and then which I've also got a full dashboard for this, which I'll share with everybody in the week. And then this here was literally just data after data after data, going through all of the trades, and seeing which ones actually had the stick to the rules for Bitfunded and all the other sorry, I've lost my line of thought completely, all of the other prop firm challenges. There was 286,000 tests to come up with this actual dashboard here, and we're going to continue hopefully making all of this as much open source as we possibly can. I'm new to the community. You said about finding open source indicators. Yes, where can I find them? Absolutely. They're on the David Tech website. So if you go to davidtech.com, this is the only page that I don't have open, which is our actual website. You go to davidtech.com, Click
many.
here, and you can go up to 3 indicators up the top here, and they're all free and open source. There are a couple like the Elliott Wave that aren't automatically open sourced, and the reason is because I just uploaded them such a long time ago. If you want the source for the Elliott code, Elliott Wave code, it's not great, I don't think, if I remember rightly. I can't remember it so long ago, but I will quite happily share it inside of Discord, no problem whatsoever. Yeah, so that's that, right? Let's go through some. Is that good? We gone through everything? All good?
All
There
good.
was a
Let's go
question
move.
about NT5 connector. David said that you have something for this. Yeah, William has built a NT5 connector quite a long time ago. William, I know you're about. Would you kindly reach out to Mr. Becker and speak about the MT5 connector if you're about? There is many 10x, 10 times. Or, there are many.
Many thanks,
okay.
maybe.
Many thanks, maybe. Yeah, I'm getting too old for this, man. I'm telling you. Right, guys. Okay, let's have a look at some of the entries very quickly. Since the WSOT has actually finished, guys. So, yeah, we're in 140 or 150th place out of 10,000 groups. So it's not so bad. I would have liked to have done a bit better. I think if our first week wasn't so awful, unfortunately, we did hit a week where we did pretty much a whole of our team went into drawdown because we're all trading the same sort of strategies. Yeah, I think we would have done a lot better, but that's pretty much cherry picking as much as the same as cherry picking a trade. I'm very proud of us. Well done to everybody. We did a fantastic job. I don't know if I can get the actual page up and running. Let's have a look at WSOT. There we go. Let's have a look, see if it's still available. So, guys, yes, we were 150th. Boom. On the dot. So not too bad, not too bad. There's lots of huge groups that had 9,000 people in their group. We had 128, so I'm very proud of what we did. Congratulations to everybody. I'll just go through a couple of my accounts. This one was mine. This one here, and was up 26.11%. I had another one, which was this one here, which was up 3%, which wasn't too bad because these two were really down. I put both of them, I put the ARB strategy on, so they ended up not doing too bad for 15 days of trading. Not bad at all. I know that there's a lot of the other groups that had 8,000, 9,000%, but we're real traders. I'm aiming for 8 to 10% per month, and I didn't really want to change the way that I was actually trading, except for on one account. And let me show you that one account. It's not that one there. That's not me. Where's it gone? It's so far back. Oh, there it is. There we go. That one account I changed and decided to use 10x leverage, 10% of my portfolio for every single trade. Put what were considered the best spots on it for at that time. 4 bots maximum was on that actual portfolio, and way too much leverage, way too much position sizes, and unfortunately, yeah, didn't do very well at all. But the other ones didn't do too bad, so congratulations to everybody. Thank you so much for participating. Although we didn't make the top 100, we did make the top 150, which is not bad at all. So congratulations to everybody. Very proud of everybody. Guys, a couple of entries. So MNT had a win, which was on Saturday, which was nice. We had a win on Saturday. We haven't got any real big trades open at the moment, I don't think. We have a short on AVAX. We had a couple of wins over the past couple of weeks. We had 3 wins, 1 loss, and second loss. Our last trade was a loss on AVAX. If I go over to Pippy, which had an absolutely horrible time throughout the whole of the WSOT competition, this strategy and the other one were fantastic for so long. And then the day that we wanted to trade live with on the WSOT, they decided to give us a load of losses in a row. But it is what it is. Yeah, we had a win over the. When was our win? The win was this morning. So yeah, we had a win. We had ADA, which had a nice win. We had a couple of losses, but we also had a couple of wins as well. We had a big loss here, but that's fine. And the ARB strategy was another one of those strategies where we had lots of losses, but it has started to come back. So I'm just going to leave it. It did have an absolute awful time. I've got to say that I'm very lucky that, like I said, I diversify my portfolios. I use 1 to 3% maximum risk on any of these strategies, so these losses actually don't really I don't feel them on any of my portfolios, which I'll show you afterwards. So yeah, that one I already did. Link USDT didn't. Oh, it's just had a short. Ooh, live, we just had a short. Fantastic. So that one's generally a very good strategy, as you can see. Lots of wins in a row, so hopefully that will continue, and hopefully that short will play out. And it'd be nice because we do have another short here on HBAR as well, which is going pretty well. XRP been absolutely brilliant as well since Monday last week. We had 1, 2, 3, 4 wins and 1 loss. VET, we had only 1 single entry last week. Sol USDT, we had 2 wins. Dogecoin, this is a blooming brilliant strategy that hardly anybody uses, which is the MACD liquidity spectrum. This liquidity, we don't give enough the shout outs to this indicator, which is and this one here as well, actually. The liquidity spectrum, and also the what is this, the range filter. Very good indicators. Yeah, had 3 wins in a row on that one there. Nice wins as well, 4 to 6%. MNT on another one. Look at the size of that win there, 10%. Friday the 5th, and finished and closed on the 9th. Doge USDT, I think I did this one just a second ago, didn't I? Yes, I did indeed. A different strategy on ARB, we had 3 wins, and Ethereum, we went through hell and back for Ethereum. I think there was like 6 or 7 losses, and then we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wins in a row. So things seem to be picking back up, which is nice. Much nicer than what it was. Feeling good. And yourself, Fred? Trade's going well? Better?
For
Have
myself,
you had to sell the house? Sold the land?
no. We are back in the game. I mean, if August continued, maybe,
Yeah.
selling the house actually. But nah, all good. Just a couple of hundreds of dollars in the loss with the August so far and the beginning of September. But yeah, overall, I've had like 4 wins and 1 loss right after the, I would say, bad ending of August, bad beginning of September. So I think we're back in the game, to be honest.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I feel as well. Absolutely. Cool. Fantastic. So, yeah, that's good. We've done the entries. I'm going to also show my actual account on Bybit, but I'm not logged in. So I think what I'm going to do, if Vlad's good, have you got any chance to share today or not, Vlad?
Of course, yeah. I've got like
If
7
you've got a
prepared for
couple of
today.
chances to share, and then what we'll do is we'll go in through the coding part. I've never done live coding on YouTube before, so we'll see how that
Me either.
goes. Yeah. Thanks, Vlad.
How hard can it be, right?
Absolutely. Easy.
So,
Right, over to you,
guys,
sir.
I'm going to steal the show for just a couple of moments. Let me just turn my share screen very quickly. There you go. I hope you guys can actually see my screen now. All good. Let me just drop the magnifying glass as well. There you go. Bigger is better. That's what she said. And
dear.
moving forward. Moving forward with the presentation, guys. We have a
That's a good
setup
idea.
on Bonk. We do have a setup on Bonk on 1 hour. Here we have the dead zone, which is, I believe, one of the best strategies from David. However, it was released in 2023. And so far, we have found so many other better strategies, in my opinion. But still, the dead zone definitely has like a warm place somewhere between the community members. So we do have a performance of 750% profits with a maximum drawdown of 25%, 188 trades, the win rate very close to 60%, and the profit factor of 1.55. Performance of the past months, I mean, we do have about 2 years worth of history. March is a no way to trade this strategy, at least so far, based on the backtesting. Since we have about 700 days with 188 total trades, I think that this strategy generates about a trade each 5 days, 6 days, depending for the trend. For example, we do see here an amazing win rate of 4 trades in a row. However, there will be some huge periods of inactivity, again, depending on the trend. Next, we have the sweet ARB, Arbitrum, which our community is a huge fan of it. Maybe not really the end of August, beginning of September, but I think overall the ARB has been very loving to us. And yeah, we are very familiar with a 45-minute chart with the strategy. However, ergo flex. So this one isn't the stiff surge or the stiffness or whichever uses the stiffness indicator. It uses actually the ergo flex. I don't have much experience with this one. It's one of the newest ones right after the ones with the stiff. And me myself, I have. Sorry, David.
It's an open source one as well, so yeah, you can see.
Indeed, I haven't much time spent with this one, but definitely we have already some of the charts which are looking pretty good, including this one. We do have a performance of 1,500% profits with a maximum drawdown of just very close to 20%. Total trades 164. The win rate looking very good as well, 62%, and the profit factor of 2.5.
Nice.
Up next, we have a strategy again on Doge on 30 minutes. Here we have the XMA with a performance of 1,300% profits. Guys, just in the thousands. That's how I like it. With a maximum drawdown of 18%, with the trades, however, looking not that great, just 62 trades. However, this one has been optimized 100% or actually 99% by our good old friends operator. And let me just try to see what happens if we actually turn on the deep backtesting live. Excuse me for being a little bit left-handed, but with the magnifier, things are a little bit harder. Let me just go to 2021, June. Third, it's fine. Then we jump into the newest one and click select. Then just waiting for a couple of moments. In the meantime, are there any other questions? I see a spam message on X. Just ignore that one. No, it's actually on Twitch. Ignore that one, guys. And yeah, back with the chart reloaded, we do have 16,000, very close to 17, actually 1,000%. Impressive. With the maximum drawdown of just 35%, total trades 152. Considering we have about 4 years, even more than that, worth of history, just 152 trades. That's like a trade each week, if I'm not mistaken, or actually, yeah, about a trade a week, somewhere in that neighborhood, maybe a little bit rarer sometimes, depending again on the trend of the strategy. Win rate 52% and a profit factor of 5, actually higher than 5. That's something that you don't see every day. Indeed. Next, we do have another setup on Doge. What's happening? Doge is very popular. On a 30-minute chart, we do have again the AXMA. I believe that this one is pretty much the same, but with a little bit different position sizing, since we have a 1,500% profit with just, excuse me guys, with just 18% maximum drawdown, 62 total trades, win rate 58%, and a profit factor of 7.7. Wow. Even crazier. Looking very, very good. Next one, we do have again on Doge. Is it just repeating? No, they are different. Wow, looking amazing. I mean, did something happen to Doge recently in this weekend? Why are we getting so many popular on
ETF,
Doge?
mate. It's the ETF, yeah. Potential ETF.
Wow.
Everybody's.
Wow, nice.
Yeah, I saw that this is the. I think the ETF, the first potential one, is on Thursday this week, if I remember rightly. So keep an eye out with that.
Wasn't it in October? Might be quicker.
I think there's one that's potentially Thursday this week, if I remember rightly. I was reading earlier. 18th of September, I think it was. I'm not sure. I think so.
Anyway.
Anyway.
So we do have a question actually from Mike. What is the standard leverage, or what percentage of the account is generally used for your backtests? So on davidtech.com, you're going to see things with 10% out of the capital and 10x leverage. You are free to use how much leverage and position size you want. If you are a beginner, I do suggest you to learn a little bit how risky it is with using leverage and, of course, using the position sizing as percentages rather than fixed amounts. It's a total different world. The gains and the losses are a whole new level. And what I do, if you want to ask me, for example, what's the best number for each or something like that, what I do personally is I'm using actually AI to properly manage my portfolio of bots. So what I'm doing is basically feeding AI with all my info, all my bots, all my performances, all the matrix. There has been a new trade with that much percent in the win or that much percent in the loss and so on. I would actually adapt my leverage and position size based on the bot's performance in real life. In real time, meaning that whenever I do update it, since it's manually at the moment, it's going to also return me the best values. This is what I'm doing. You're free to do it on your own, or you can study and choose how much you do believe so. David, I think you also have a different approach if you wish to speak about it.
For position sizing, is that right?
And leverage,
position
yeah.
sizing, position sizing and leverage. I put a calculator on the Excel spreadsheet, which I'll share with everybody. I generally use 1 to 3% portfolio, and then let me share it with everybody. There we go. I'm gonna try and find it. Can't do two things at once, unfortunately. There we go. There's a calculator on there, and what I do is I just use 1 to 3% of leverage, and then I try to diversify as much as possible. I won't go too much into it because otherwise it'll go on further, but I have been building a machine learning sort of system. Sorry, Vlad, you're sharing my screen again, aren't you? Yeah, okay, fine. No problem. It was just my Bybit account. So with the 7 billion on it. Yeah, 1 to 3%, nothing, absolutely nothing of 7 billion. No, yeah, no. So I'm trying to use that. I'm also using machine learning to try and build the perfect portfolio with the strategies as well, which you'll be able to see on that sheet that I was sharing with everybody, which was, where is it? Here. I'm trying to build these things here. There's another sheet as well, which I'll share later this week, which helps to build the perfect weights for each of the strategies and how much you should use, etc. So yeah, that's how I'm doing things.
Awesome. Okay, so returning very quickly to my chart, here we have again, like I said, a new setup on Dojo on 30 minutes with 1,100% profits, maximum drawdown 27%, total trades just 78. Win rate would be 26%, so that's a strategy which doesn't win that often. However, whenever it wins, you guys can see these huge trades right here with a profit factor of 3.3. Wow, such a big profit factor with such a low win rate. Amazing, pretty good. Another setup on Doji on 30 minutes this time. Here we have again the XMA with 1,600% profit so far, with a maximum drawdown of 26%, total trades 75 with a win rate of 28%, and a profit factor of 3.5. What you can do, I suppose, since you do want, of course, more frequency with trades, you can link multiple strategies with, of course, you'd have to use different sub-accounts because you can trade just one strategy per coin, but you can trade multiple over multiple sub-accounts, of course, of the same coin with just more bots over the same coin. You're going to achieve the frequency that you want. So for example, instead of focusing on optimizing or over optimizing a strategy which generates a trade a week and you wish to generate like a trade a day, better put, you should link together 7 strategies with the same frequency. So on average, you're going to get a trade a day. I hope you do understand it. It's basic math. If you don't, I will be more than happy to explain it to you over Discord. I'm hosting daily events over Discord, Monday to Friday, different time zones. Feel free to check it out. If you're going to open our Discord server, at the top left corner, you're going to see a tab called Events. You can see the timing. I think it's optimized based on your devices, or if you're using a VPN, it might be a little bit different. But yeah, I'll be more than happy to answer to all of your questions within Deepfake and trading as much as I know, of course. And the last one for today, guys, I have something special. We do have a setup on a coin which I never heard of it. Anime US, Anime US, or something like that. On a 45-minute chart, we have the stiff surge with a performance of 273%. Maximum drawdown just 16%. If you believe that the maximum drawdown is a bit too low and you do wish to risk a little bit more, that's 100% up to you. Most of the people do prefer to stay within a maximum of 20%. You can definitely try to tune it up a little bit in order to achieve the 20% maximum drawdown. However, your profits are going to be very close to something like 300 or maybe even 350% profits. Total trades 122 with a win rate of 67%, which is something that I enjoy very much. Just because whenever you are achieving a win rate higher than 66.67%, that means that on average, again, we are working with averages here. On average, out of 3 trades, you do expect 2 of them to be winners. That means that out of 10 trades, you do expect 6 to 7 of them to actually be winners. It means that could be the very first 4 of them could be losses, and then the next 6 could be winners, or 7 or 3 or 3 or 7, whatever. It's just an average based on the bigger numbers. And the profit factor very close to 2. But look at that. So this strategy has been always profitable within backtesting, which is pretty amazing considering this strategy has been submitted, I suppose, around here, if I'm not mistaken. It already scored 2 and very close to 3 wins in a row, which is something big. I mean, even that, I mean, look what I just said earlier. Out of 3 trades, you do expect 2 of them to be winner. I mean, that's pretty much getting very close to a win as well, but I wouldn't go too big on it just because it would be a loss. Because again, it's a 66.7 or whatever win rate. It's expected to have 2 wins over 3 trades. And yeah, that's pretty much it with the charts that I have for you guys for today. If you wish to learn more about our database of bots, how we are actually optimizing these charts and strategies, make sure you do join our Discord server. And tomorrow on Tuesday, we do have the Elite Backtesters show, which the Elite Backtesters are pretty much the people which are actually optimizing the strategies that you see on the screen. And we are more than happy to talk to you guys and introduce you to the arts of optimizing TradingView strategies. That's pretty much it with me, guys. Thank you very much for listening to me. I'm going to leave my mic to David from now on.
No, you're good, man. You're good. It was good to see so many strategies again. I like the rolling win rates and things like that as well. I think we should spend some more time. Maybe it's something that we can build together online. Is something like a Markov idea or some kind of idea where we work out the probabilities of the next trade on rolling win rates and number of wins in a row. Excuse me. And things like that. I swallow way too much air while I'm talking. I talk too much. That's my problem.
I think you can definitely build a system of position sizing and leverage based on the win rates. Definitely. You can definitely foresee to some kind of a win rate, I suppose. So it's a win rate of the win rate. If that makes any sense. And then if something is getting weird, for example, they're getting 8 wins in a row or something like that with a 50% win rate strategy, 99% of the times the next one is going to be a loss. So you can basically detune the leverage applied and the position size in order to mitigate a little bit the next supposed loss. If it's a win, it's a win. I suppose that George Soros said, nobody suicided over small profits. Just take whatever you make and make a run for it. That's a big one, in my opinion. But yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you're right. I think that we should definitely look more into those kind of systems. We already have a sort of a dynamic position sizing, but yeah, it's definitely we should look at. We've got a kind of trying to log into the Deepfake website right now. Don't show my screen, please, Vlad, at the moment. Whilst I'm logging in. Yeah, I'm trying to log in because we do have a we have started building on the Deepfake website these probability engines where you can see whether or not the next win, if we have 2 wins in a row, the next win is potentially a win, and it just helps you to see whether or not those bots will, the next trade will be a win or a loss bet. Obviously, it's all just probabilities. We can't tell the future. Right, let me get over to, I'm going to take over the stage here. Let's have a look at some of the entries on Bybit. Currently, there is only 1 entry on Sol USDT, and this is the Lambo account, which is the one that's doing the best currently at the moment. You guys saw it last week. We were going through hell and back to hell and back. It was horrible. But we've actually made a new high. So we're at 18,251. Started at $10,000 at the beginning of the year, and we're currently up to 18,251, which may not seem huge, but we're not far off doubling the account, which is much better than putting your money in the bank, as far as I'm concerned. I mean, if we go back to the compounding calculator, let me have a look at the compounding calculator here. Compounding calculator, this one, compounding interest calculator here. I mean, my aim is to get 8% per month, which currently we're well over that with 10k, and we're meant to, I think it's, no, that's 1k, 10k. If we do 5 years, that would be over $1 million if we do 8% each a month, which we've doubled our account in a year, so that's absolutely amazing as far as I'm concerned. The other one, let me go here, go this one here. This one here had a bit of a bad time as well. It was up to 17,000. It's now at 16,500, but it did go all the way down to 16,200. So it's making a return as well, which is great. 180 days. Let's have a look at that. As you can see, it did sort of make a high at 18k and then went down to 16,500. Yeah, mainly because of the ARB bot, which took a couple of losses, quite a few losses in a row. Unfortunately, that's the way it is. It was a fantastic bot that was running for absolutely ages. It had its bad time. Hopefully it will continue to back, otherwise we'll have to kick it and find another bot to replace it. Let's go and have a look very quickly at what trades it might have opened this one as well while we're here. Okay, so we have BTC, we have ARB, BTC and ADA. We have 1 long and 2 shorts. Let's see what that does. I mean, this one's up 12%. And as you can see, the trades are not huge. They're all pretty small trades. So nothing huge. We're just looking for small profits and to compound over time. Right, that's that. I guess we can go over to the building of a bot here. Let's go over. Let me close these windows. I can leave these windows open. We'll have a look back later. Okay, guys, if you've got any questions about algo trading, we're quite happy to answer them. Yeah, we're here to answer any questions about algo trading, and I'm just going to go through my process of vibe coding and how I vibe code. Now, throughout the week, I'm going to be doing this. This is the first time, so bear with me whilst I learn how to present the vibe coding. I will go into a bit of coding. I'm not going to not code at all. But my idea with David is to make it as no code as possible, so it's easy for everybody to be able to participate in the group. Whether you're optimizing, talking of optimizing, we might as well launch an optimization as well whilst we're here. Whether you're optimizing a trading strategy or you're adding the bots to it, we try and make it as easy as we possibly can on David Tech. And yeah, so I'm going to do that as well with the actual coding part. I'm going to use AI as much as I can so that we can all participate in the group, and it's going to be open source if you want to participate and make it even better. Right, let's have a look. Let's run this for, this is only 100. Let's take this up to 3. We can leave this one in the background running. So this is on Sol USDT. It is the, if I remember rightly, it's this one here. It's the link. It's McGinley trade following strategy, which is one of the best. I put it on Sol to see whether or not we can actually make it any better. And currently I'm optimizing using the optimizer tool here. on just the risk to reward currently at the moment, because it isn't great. So we're going to see if we can make it even better. So it's going to be looking for from 1 to 3, and it's going to be incrementing of 0.1, and it's going to be doing it for around 100. I think there's more than 100 they could possibly do. Not sure why that's written 100 there. We need to have a look after ask the wonderful Rudy. I think I know why. It's because it's not put commas in, I think. Maybe. No, maybe not. No. Okay, we're going to go. We're going to leave it to run. Go. It's going to optimize in the background. Vlad, this is your special part. Specialities.
I'll rate it.
Optimizing. Yeah.
If needed.
I'm going to leave it to run first go. There we go. As you can see in the background, it's doing all of the work. It's optimizing, trying to find the best settings for this strategy. And then I'm going to go away and we're going to go and try and build a bot in Telegram. Not sure if it'll work. It'll probably be a couple of days before I get anything working, but we'll give it a go. Okay, as you can see in the background, it's optimizing. I'm going to put that in the background. Let's move. Let's buy a chair. I've started copy trading the Lambo account a couple of weeks ago. I'm very happy with it. Oh, thanks, Mike. Glad to hear. Glad to hear. Yeah, anybody can copy trade it. You can copy trade it. I wouldn't suggest it's not the best of ideas. Don't think it's the best of ideas, but you can copy trade it. I'm not sure how you get to the copy trading page. Let me go back into Lambo here. Switch accounts, Lambo. There we go here. I think you can go here. Yeah, you can. I'll share that with everybody. You can copy trade it, but there is 10%. So I'll happily share I do share in that Excel spreadsheet all of the strategies, but there is a profit share of 10% on this, but you can set it up yourself quite easily. Let me go over. Let me share in the chat with you guys. Oh, go. Trading. There you go. Boom. Right. Okay. Let's get over to doing some coding. Right. First things first. Let me find ChatGPT. ChatGPT over here. So this is the way I do things for coding. I have a prompt which I made a long time ago. This prompt is telling the ChatGPT that it is a product manager and it is a specialist in writing specs for a coder, for a developer. So it's going to write a clear list of tasks, detailed with structure. It's going to give the actual project a name. It's going to do write the purposes and goals. And all I have to do is input my idea. So my idea was, you're a developer. Okay, I need a developer. I need a developer. You're the top 0.1%. Build me a Telegram bot. So here we're just building the actual the spec for the actual Telegram bot. So what we're going to be building is we're going to be building a Telegram bot which will alert us when these trades are entering or exiting a trade. And the reason being is because we can't trade them automatically on Bitfunded. We're looking for a Telegram alert, so at least we know when they're, and we don't have to sit in front of computers all the time. So back to ChatGPT, I've given it, like, I'm going to be adding, we've got some users, I'm going to be adding 100 strategies. We need a webhook system because we're going to be sending an alert from TradingView over to a webhook. It's going to be Telegram. I've given it information about what comes from TradingView, what we need the actual program to generate as a JSON file, and then what it expects back to the webhook itself. So it's got all the information that I can think of, and then I just hit enter, and it's come up with a full plan of what we should expect from the spec itself. So I use Claude Code inside of Cursor. If I open up Cursor over here and I put it into a spec USDT. So I have Claude Code already set up down below. It has one MCP currently running, and that is Playwright, which allows it to open a browser and see exactly what it's coding. I think it was Fishy said this week, it kind of gives eyes to Claude Code, so it can see exactly what's happening on the internet or on the web, or what it's actually developing. And what I've done is I've gone up to it, I've initialized Claude Code, and literally that's all I've done so far. I've copied and pasted the spec into the spec over here. It's already actually found it. Normally I have to tell it that it's a top 0.1% coder, and that it must read the spec and continue. I found that there's a couple of things that really work very, very well with AI, and that was through reading a book. I can't remember what it was called, but if anybody's interested in the AI books I'm reading, I'm quite happy to share with you. Things like telling the AI to pause and to breathe before actually, breathe in and pause, a bit like you're talking to a human, to take its time before actually making any code or any decisions. Those kind of things seem to work extremely well. Another one is to tell it that it is a top 1%, 0.1% in its domain. That works very, very well as well. And the last one is there's two. You are a UX expert. That generally makes the apps look a lot better. Generally, all of the AI apps that are built generally all look exactly the same. But if you get sort of your first class like this here, UX expert, generally that will give you a better output. And finally, a very stupid sentence, your mission is to blow my socks off. That, I don't know why, but just seems to work. I mean, when you see the actual replies from Claude Code, stupidly it sounds like it's excited to actually present its results to you. So those kind of things help the AI to focus on the project that we have in hand. So I haven't coded anything whatsoever. We're going to launch it and then we're going to let it go. So first of all, we're going to press here and it's written itself a task. Oh, that's one thing as well. I tell it always to write a task list and not just to go away and code, because otherwise it will go away and code and end up in a total loop and never ever find its way around the actual AI code. Now, I've been building systems that are absolutely insane with Claude Code. It is absolutely brilliant. I think it might not be able to get into some systems that are extremely deep, but coding something like a framework or a MVP, a minimum viable project, it's absolutely amazing. So it's going to go away and code, and then we'll see how it goes. If there's any questions in the chat, I'm quite happy to answer them at any time, and hopefully by the end of this stream we'll have something that we'll be able to open source to everybody, and you'll be able to start building apps up on it. So there it is going away. It's going to build its database. It's built our env file. I'll even ask it to tell us how to run it and probably build a shell code for us to launch it if needed, so that everything is done. We don't have to do any guessing work or anything like that. Guys, if you have any projects you want me to work on, anything at all, I mean, I could sit here building strategies, improving the boilerplate, anything you need, I'm happy to sit building it. I'm going to change the music. Maybe I should change the music. Yeah. That's fine. Okay, so it's asked us if we can run the command. We're going to give it a yes. Did you ask how we can filter out the multiple take profits? It's in the actual strategy Excel spreadsheet, so it'll be pretty easy because on the spreadsheet that's shared with everybody, let me go over to here.
David, if you could lower a little bit the music.
Man, I was getting into vibes there.
Sorry.
No problem, no problem. Let me have a look here. If I remember rightly, so if we go over to this here, we can actually see the ones that are on multiple take profit, and so we'll be able to move them quite easily using the Excel spreadsheet needed. Don't think that there's that many on it. Have a look to see if our optimization is continuing here as well. I think this is randomly circling through. Currently done 31 optimization. Maybe next time I should start the coding and then you should go through your section. That way we can come back to the code instead of just waiting for the code to be thinking. I forgot how boring it can be to wait for a AI agent to do all the code for you. Last question. Can you explain the difference between cumulative and the simple P&L? Yeah, absolutely. So the cumulative P&L is from the date that the trading strategy started. If it's the equity curve's obviously growing because of compounding effect, so obviously those percentages will get bigger and bigger on the actual initial balance. As simple P&L is if you earn 2% plus 2% plus 2%, I don't remember how many. If you do earn 2% plus 2% plus 2%, that's 6%. So that's 6% that you would have earned on that month. The simple is if you started at the beginning of that month without all of the compounding. Currently, profit factor has changed to 2.7. Great. Cool. For the webhook on here, what I'm going to be using is in Grok. In Grok will give you if you're using a local server, will give you an external webhook URL so that you can run this on a computer somewhere or on a local server without having to upload it into a production. As we were doing this all open source, I was trying to make it so that anybody can run it. Yeah. That's it, man. Yeah. Question. There's a couple of dashboards that are being shared inside of Discord. I don't know if you've seen them, Brad.
Yep. People like to build stuff.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, it's nice. Must it be? A lot of fishing has been sharing, and also this the Ricker, yeah, as well. Been building quite a few dashboards. I'd love to build something like this. I think that we should build definitely something like this, where we build some kind of portfolio manager where you can see if you've got like 20, 30 strategies running on different sub accounts. Building something like this would be a game changer, I think. And a great job. And this also, being able to see all of the entries and all of that would be great. Yes. I told you coding's now boring and bad.
All good. Oh, we have Crypto SK in the chat.
Yeah, hi mate, how you going? Nice to see you. We'll catch up. Well, there's not mega amounts. We're just building a Telegram bot where you'll be able to get all of the any Deepfake strategies. Ping you a message as soon as there's a trade. The reason being is because of these bit funded. Oh yeah, talking of bit funded, guys. If anybody's in the chat, just pop in a message in the chat and we'll give away a bit funded account. I suppose perfect time to do it. Let's spin a wheel. Say hi, tell me where you're from, and then we'll grab your names. Let me go into the studio very quickly. Studio.youtube. I'll go grab the names. Just say hi in the chat, and then we'll do a wheel of fortune. 5. Yeah.
No, you're not, William.
Okay. All the participants. Okay, we only have William so far, guys. We don't want to give it to William, so. No, we don't want to, but. Drop a message in the chat and you could be in for winning a bit funded account. Okay, cool. So we currently already have this in Docker. Start up your services, an env file. We have the TradingView WebSocket set up. I need to set up the actual APIs with BotFather. And then we can initialize the database. And we can start running on port 3000, which I think will actually be running it somewhere else. Have a look. On here. Talking of trying to, this is building as well. Avatars are absolutely insane nowadays. These things here. Absolutely insane. Totally insane, totally insane. Is the avatars that you can build nowadays with AI. Absolutely incredible. Some of the APIs are incredible. Okay, so let's build a API. I'm going to close this. All of them. Oh, boom. Right. Okay, so we have a potential start of a product here. We can set up our Docker event. I don't think we use the Docker. Let's follow the instructions as they are written here and see how we go. Right, okay, perfect. I'm going to ask it to run Let's actually first of all set up our env file, which I'm going to have to do off screen here because I'm not going to be able to share the actual process of doing this. Because let's go over to Botfather. So you have to go over to Botfather, which is an API provider inside of Telegram. You ask it to build a brand new bot, which we will do. So I'm going to click here, and then you just put it into your env file, which will then ask you to add a new bot. Then go add. No, new bot. We're going to create a new bot. What should we call it? We'll call it prompt. The okay. You can call it whatever you like. I'll call it prop for David. The bot I've started building. Yeah. Here. Hi guys. Right. Okay. Let's do a Wheel of Fortune for whatever. Here's right. We have people on here. Wheel of name. Here we go. Okay. Cool. Right. Bot. Right. Over here. If I go into the env example, I'll show you exactly what I just did. Go to the .env example here. If you have to go over to Botfather and create a Botfather token, bot token here. That will give you the token. You also have to create a ngrok if you want to token here. I won't be doing this today. You can create yourself a trading view secret, which will allow you to connect without everybody else being able to connect directly to it. And let's give this a run and see whether or not we can actually get this actually running. Let's read the instructions, which were here a second ago. I think that we're good with that. Let's go. Let's see whether or not this is. I think there was actually 2 codes there. Let's go here. Boom. Let's go and see if this actually runs or not. Okay, there is. User denied. Let's get Grok to actually run all of this. Sorry, let's go cursor to run all of this. If we actually want to run the ngrok HTTP server, you have to actually load that as well. It'd be nice if we actually put a button on it so that it can actually load it itself. We'll do that afterwards. Okay, let's get it running. Boom. This is the thing that's great because, I mean, I was talking to a friend who isn't in the slightest a coder, but been developing for a while. Been looking to develop an application for a while, and literally by just using Grok, he managed to get his first app up and running the other day. So it's really cool. What you need to do is let's start this up. here. Nice to... Right, okay. Okay. Look up. Good. Perfect. Come on. Vlad, are you there?
Yes. All good.
You have a question?
Oh, there you go. Let me just
When was
catch
the
up a little bit.
relating? We had a question about the rating of strategies. We did release this, which pretty much had all of them on it. It had the top 50, which is the Deepfake Elite thing here, which is here. I put it into Discord several times over the weekend as it updates by itself. Has the leaderboard in there, and these are all strategies from the
What or not?
from the hot or not. Yeah, so they're all there, but there's 50 of them. I will release all the other ones on the website as soon as I get time to actually add. Well, currently I've just added a load of new strategies as well, so which I need to actually press the release button on as well. So all those new strategies will be in the Excel spreadsheet already, I think. Okay. And this is going to tunnel our port. Let's go. Perfect. There we go. What is the most profitable trading strategy? I'm not sure. When will you release the oh, there's the question. Perfect. Right, guys. Gonna keep running this. Yeah, I'm not really sure. Really, how to code on live? Yeah, it's pretty quiet. I mean, there isn't really much I could go through whilst the actual app is building everything. It's all part of Viber coding. Everything is very, very simple nowadays. It runs everything for us. It does all the debugging. Don't really need to do anything until it gets to the actual first run of the app. And once you actually get past the first running of the app, you can dive into what it's actually coded and make it a little, make everything a little bit more personal and react or act the way that you want it to. But until it actually gets the first app up and running, we're just going to be here waiting for it. David, are you using Cursor for the web? Yes, so I'm using Cursor. I've got Cursor AI and I'm using Claude Code inside of Cursor AI. The reason I do that is because Cursor AI has an unlimited package for, I think it's between $99 and $200 per month, which is great. I think that Claude has an unlimited package which is $99 or $200 per month. Which is great, but sometimes Claude gets. I wish I would have not chosen both to something that's so close. Cursor and Claude. Yeah, Claude sometimes gets a bit stuck. So I do come up here, and then what I do is I put this onto ChatGPT 5. And when I'm looking for a more detailed job inside of maybe a bug that Claude can't fix, I then come up here and ask ChatGPT to. I asked first of all Claude to explain what the bug is and why it can't find a solution to that bug. And then I go up to ChatGPT up the top here in the max mode and I ask it to see if it can find a solution. And often those two working together actually works extremely well. And like I said, I've built some insane systems, absolutely insane systems. Really, really amazing systems. I mean, I've built in trading. I've been building things like the machine learning dashboards. I've been building a lot of the David Tech website, things that I haven't shown. I've just for fun, I've been building a AI influencer, which is everything all the way from coding to the strategies and backtesting them, and even having a visual presence on YouTube. And all of that I've been coding thanks to Claude Code, and it really, really, I think, is absolutely amazing. But until you get the first run running, it does take a little bit of time. So.
True.
Yeah. No problem, mate. No problem. Does the strategy act? Which strategy? They're all active. We never disactivate a strategy. It may be that a strategy hasn't had a trade in a while. Let's go back and have a look at the optimization. Talking of strategies, we are currently at 73 of 1,000 optimizations. Current net profit is 37,002. It's hard to tell, to be honest, really. But going back to your question, this one here, funny, stiff zone on Ethereum. You can easily tell if you just go into the tab at the bottom that says trade, you'll be able to see its last trades. If you haven't had a trade pinging off on your account, it may be that the APIs have expired or something like that. All this time that I've saved for myself, I mean, setting up Docker by itself, it's doing absolutely everything by itself, and if you can't get the Docker running, it will run it without Docker. It'll migrate the database itself. It'll set up the Ingrok tunnel. Everything will be done by itself without me having to code anything. Of course, it helps to be a coder because you can go through and have a look at all of the code afterwards. And what I'll also do is I will wrap it with an Electron wrapper so that you can just click and open it as if it's an exe file on Windows or an application file on Mac. App has encountered some issues. I was also planning maybe, I don't know if we're maybe going to stream also on some other platforms as well. I don't know if people want to talk about this now, but I thought maybe going to stream on some other platforms as well to try and meet new people inside the crypto world. YouTube's alright, but maybe we should reach out to some other places. Last trade was on the 14th of August. Okay, so if it says that it's the 14th of August, some of them just don't take that many trades. I mean, this one here, Link USDT. This one here is one of my favorite strategies. It's done absolutely brilliant. I mean, look, that hasn't taken a trade since the 10th of August. But generally, when it takes a trade, it takes a trade for a reason. So, been absolutely insanely good over time. And one of my most profitable trading strategies, but it goes through periods where it doesn't take any trades, and that's just the way it is. It did have a trade here on the 30th of August, but didn't have any trades from the 10th of August until the 30th, and then has just taken 2 shorts. Okay, we've made some more profit on here. We're up to 52,466 net profit.
Nice.
Not sure what the equity. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, we're going to continue going to see whether or not we can get this thing running. It's a shame if we can't. Excellent. No, not open. Okay, if it's not no copy bots, it's most probably because of why would it be? Oh, because it's multi-take profit, I should imagine. There you go. We have our Prisma Studio open for the database. Initialize database. Yeah. Other than that, guys, we've still continuing to do the actual creation of our accounts. So I've got a couple of accounts open on Bitfunded already, which I had at one trade, and it was my first trade was a loss, which was on ADA recently as well. But I am trading currently. Let me have a look here. I think it's this one here. Yeah. The ADA strategy. Oh, I need to put the coin pair on here. Bummer, didn't realize. I think it's maybe this one here. Look, definitely there. Have a look on the first. Now this one here, I'm trading this one here. 73% win rate, and the equity curve looks amazing. So I'm trading this one here on Bitfunded, and also this one is multi-take profits. I'm not. This one's multi-take profits. I'm not. There was an ADA strategy as well. Let's have a look. MNT strategy had a big drawdown period, but it looks amazing for a long while now. This is all live trading. Absolutely cool. Guys, we've been on for an hour and a half. And I'm really very happy to build these things with you, but I'm really not sure how to comment them. Maybe I should have launched the actual development using AI before, and then went through all the position sizes, then come back to it afterwards. That would have been more logical, I think. And sometimes you win, you lose. Up to 53,100. Glad, mate. Don't stay around. I know it's late for you, so don't wait around, dude. Don't worry.
All good.
There we go. Right, okay, so we have our bot. Where's it gone? Telegram. Oh no, Telegram died on me. Where's it gone? Don't die on me. Oh no. Thing not right. Log out. Oh no. How am I going to show this? Let me go over to from here. Oh man, what the hell? Okay. Go again. Oh man. Cancel. Right, I'll go over here. Let's have a look. Right, how am I going to share this with everybody? Okay, so we do have a Telegram app already up and running, as you can see here. I'm gonna have to work out a way of sharing my mobile phone, just put my iPhone screen. So I've actually already got a app up and running, but we need to work out how to connect ngrok. Let me go over to ngrok very quickly and create a ngrok. What that does is it allows us to have a external URL for our internal machine, so we don't have to upload everything to a website or anything like that. Just allows us to host everything on directly on our machine here. So I need to work out a way of adding an API to it. But unfortunately, go here. I'm not sure how I'm going to share this. Let's go, I don't know. Oh. Go. Oh. Ooh. Touch. Increase. Add some domains to usage. Okay. Fine. Okay. Perfect. We go back off screen again, and we'll be able to launch our app here. Already got it. Fine. Okay. Perfect. That was finish. Oh, right. Yeah, perfect. Right. Here we go. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Good. We're good. We're good. Let's see whether or not this works. We have our database. Let's go and see whether or not it's running. Front end. We have our front end running. Okay. Animation server is ready. Okay. Try browse test strategy. Right guys, so we actually have a Telegram bot already running, but there is no strategy on it currently at the moment. If we open up the actual app, this is cool. I mean, it's not as far as we need to be so far, but it's not too bad for half an hour's work. Right, let me share the link in the actual description because everybody can then actually see it for themselves. Let me go here. Let me go over to, where is it? Go there. So if I go there and copy this here, copy link. I copy. Yeah, we can actually see the bot is actually up and running. We can actually start to get some of this already up and running. So we actually already have some functions to the bot, which is cool. Go back over to the bot here. So in half an hour, we've actually managed to let's go back. It's actually this one here, guys. One here. Okay, this one here, actually, not the other one. The other one. this one here is the right one here. We have that here. If we click that, you can actually see that we have already, if you press type /start, you can actually see that we already have functions for the strategies, being able to browse the strategies, you'll be able to see your subscriptions and also your settings. But unfortunately, currently at the moment, nothing is working because there's no actual strategies set up. So I actually need a front end as well now to be able to add the strategies. I need you to build a front end for the admin to be strategy. See what that gives. Can I try copy bot with margin 60 or at normal? No. I think when I try to copy bot margin without compounding, I guess it really wouldn't. Of course, it depends on the account size. No, generally, if you're using percentage, you wouldn't be able to put more than 100% anyway, or 99% in there anyway. But if you're using $600, I don't know. I have to have a look, mate. I have no idea. Look, currently up to 57,000 or 65,000 on the actual profit on this strategy. I'm not sure how good or not it is. We'll have a look before the end of the stream. When to try it? Okay, let's go. Okay. It says when you put $6 off $100 to make extra bounce, still 90%. I'll have to have a look. Honestly, don't know where you are on the actual process or anything like that. If you don't mind just dropping a screenshot into Discord, I will have a look. Because I don't know, honestly. Don't know. Oh. So guys, what are we going to be doing on-chain products this week? I'd love to explore some on-chain. I currently use myself products like this here. If I go to, I think it's in a listen.ai, I use this here. I'd love to try and build a product like this, where we use this kind of data to try and trade some meme coins or something like that. We can build it for back testing using products like Dune.com. I think this is like a mine of information that we could definitely exploit and try and find some strategies using this data. Don't know if anybody in a meme coins or anything like that. I will share. Wait, thank you very much. Have fun. We'll rewatch later. Take care for the Thank you very much for joining. Just gonna be sharing the code later anyway, mate. So all good. Thank you very much. I will put you also into the into the actual. Yeah, right, let's go. Doom. Where did you share it? In Discord? Let's have a look. Discord. David talking about tools and automation. I thought. Well, yes, absolutely. This is a very good point on Discord. We added these Markov tools on David Tech. Where is my David Tech browser? Here. Markov tools here, which I think this is something that Vlad was talking about earlier. I think, why is it not loading, dude? Can you make anything slower for me at the moment? Right, there you go. Yeah, so this Markov tools that we put here, unfortunately this wasn't the best of strategies to start with, but anyway, Markov tools here help us to give us the probabilities of the next strategy as next trade being a win or a loss. This really wasn't the best strategy. I'm going to move on to the next one because let's try and find one which... Oh, they've all completely changed. Surprising. BOS strategy. Yeah, this, for example, here, you can see here, it gives you the possibilities of a strategy. It tells you whether, if you hit a win, whether the next one has a probability of being another win or a loss. And also it tells you whether or not the edge is currently strong or not. This is something that I'm working on adding into our database so that we can, like the question said in Discord, is to try and turn these bots off when we've lost the edge. When it says edge lost, there's no point in actually really trading. Might as well just turn the bot off and wait for the next one in general. That's something I'm working on, and I'll be working on inside of this, inside of our YouTube here as well. In general chat, looking right now, 18% when you put 600, 60. No, it isn't normal. I don't think. I have to have a look because I'm not sure. Honestly, Laser Ape, I do not know. I have to have a look afterwards, after the stream, to see why the max drawdown isn't updated for you. Thank you for pointing it out. Guys, let's go back to here. Let's see on whether or not we have a front end for this, and then I'm just going to share this code with everybody in our Discord. I'll put it up on onto GitHub, and hopefully this will build something that allows us to all be able to get some messages. I'll also work on this this evening to try and make it so that it makes passing those bit funded challenges a little bit easier. Let's have a look to see whether or not it's actually made a server yet. No, not yet. Made an API server, but not a front end. Right, so now on localhost 3001, we should have a front end but we don't. Launch it for us if it's not launched. Web page errors. Currently I have these errors here. We'll just let it sort itself out. Just using Tailwind CSS to create the actual admin page. Crazy to think that like less than 2 years ago I was building all of this stuff by hand, by myself. I'm sure Vlad's gonna go to sleep all night.
No, I'm all good.
You're good.
I'm curious about the end, like how is it going to look like and the power of it pretty much.
Yeah. To be honest, I'm trying to work out what we can do sort of to make these streams a little tiny bit more interesting. I don't know if sitting coding is great. I love coding. I mean, I spend my whole day doing this, but I don't have to sit talking to people whilst coding. So yes. We'll work out a way. We'll work out as we go along. Okay, so we have our first errors. This is currently what the dashboard looks like. An absolute mess. So we do actually have our first errors. We have that's just, have a look. I need to refresh this. Errors are, we have React tools. Let's go over here, see what we're missing. Some of these are these are the developer tools. What is wrong here? There's nothing to do with it. Okay. Refresh the background.json. I don't think it. Do we didn't know that. Saying that this is the load React. Ooh, let's go. Problem here. I can even do a screenshot. Let me just upload the problem here and then tell it that there is a problem. Go here, and we can also do a screenshot of the actual dashboard to tell it. It looks a mess. Fix it. So go here, give it a screenshot. So I've just taken a screenshot. Yeah. Be honest with it. I can just post the actual image here and it'll probably fix it normally. Create a strategy, manage your strategies. It actually does work. It does look a mess. Oh dear, oh dear. Yes. There you go. Boom. We have an admin dashboard. So the idea of this admin dashboard, hopefully, is that we can add our strategies very much like the Deepfake website. We can add our strategies, and by creating a strategy normally, it will give us a, let's go here, what we got. We got display name, category, swing. We can activate. Wow. Impressive. So we're going to give it a, I don't know. Yeah, whatever. Let's just go through here. Test. Yes. Swing. We can go crypto, CR, crypto, Doesn't make any difference. 15. Bybit, I'm sure this is just a Bybit. And it is BTC USDT point P. And we can create a strategy. Now normally, yes, look at this. Okay, so this has actually asked us, so we need actually to fix this because that won't work with Deepfake strategies. But this has given us our webhook. Yeah, unfortunately, it says local host here, but we can just change that to the ngrok URL here, which is pretty simple. We have our token, which we actually have to define inside of our env file. We literally have to copy and paste this into TradingView, and as soon as we've done that, well, we actually have two issues down the bottom here. We've added a strategy, hopefully. There you go, there it is, test. Let's see as well. Yep, so this is actually added and created an admin board, so anybody can then subscribe to those normally where as soon as I've activated ngrok, because it can't go into our local host obviously, but as soon as I activate it on ngrok, it should be able to connect directly to this and work out the strategies, and then anybody will be able to connect directly over to them. And as soon as TradingView has an alert, you will get an alert on your phone. Now, I don't know if anybody can see the potential of this, but it is pretty cool. Pretty cool for half an hour's coding, 51 minutes of coding. Let's have a look here. We also can add, you can see the users of the app. Obviously, there is nobody in there yet currently at the moment. Let's see, you can also see, I should imagine from here, no, it's actually running on the background tasks. Here you can see that there's 3 background tasks actually running, which is running everything. Guys, I'm going to put all of the code of this onto GitHub, and I will actually continue building on this evening. What I'll do is, yeah, I'll leave it for everybody in the group to be able to play around with this. It's maybe potentially something that you can build a small SaaS out of, some kind of copy trading product for any of your users. If not, as a Deepfake community, it helps us to pass the big bit funded challenges, because I will try to add as many strategies to this as possible, and you'll be able to connect directly to the Telegram app and receive a message. So something we built very, very quickly in like 52 minutes, and Vlad has managed to stay awake all the way through, so fantastic. Well done, Vlad.
All good, all
Sorry,
good.
mate,
I could be standing for an extra 2 hours.
Yeah, absolutely. But I need a way to try and work out, like I said, I think what I should have done was started the coding at the beginning and left it to run in the background. I can see that there's already 3 users actually using it, so we're on a win. Definitely, this is a next billion-dollar company. 3 users already, incredible. No, yeah. So what I should have done was I should have started building the whole of this at the beginning of the stream, left it to run, and then went through all of our trades and things like that, because otherwise it's going to get a bit long and boring whilst this is all coding by itself. Guys, I'm going to leave you with that. I also love to look into things like on-chain. I'd absolutely love to do that. I think that we need to look into things like, I'm very interested in pump fun, all of those kind of things as well, to see how we can actually find an edge on some of these other things. I see so many people making money out of these platforms and all of that kind of thing. I'd absolutely love to look a little bit deeper into that and see if we can make some money out of that as well. We've got some fantastic strategies. Those could be our cash cows whilst I'm looking and looking for other things to code, to build, to make them even better. See you in Discord. Yes, absolutely. We trade 24/7. Good to have you here. Thank you very much for spending time with us. 2 hours online. I promise I'll try and make this a little bit more interesting as we go along. But I did promise to start coding a little bit more here on YouTube. Thank you guys for spending time with us. Thank you, Vlad, for spending time with me. Everybody, if there's no other questions, take care, everybody. Have an absolutely wonderful day, and I'll share the code in Discord. All good?
All good.
Fantastic.
Goodbye, everyone.
Yeah, take care, everybody. Have a great day. Goodbye, everybody. I've got to find that button again. Take care, everybody. Goodbye.